Naipunya Business School, run by Archdiocese of Ernakulam Angamali, was launched in the year 2012. Naipunya Business School has a 2-year MBA program approved by AICTE and affiliated to the University of Calicut. NBS has leaped into this new year, 2022, with an accomplishment of Naac accreditation with a grade of B++. The year 2021 was a year where we worked hard and finally we completed the year with a peer team visit from Naac in our campus. The whole process was an enriching one, a very rich experience, and gave us a new dimension towards quality and excellence. The faculty development program, Achieving Quality and Excellence in Higher Education through Naac accreditation process, was conceived by IQAC of NBS with an objective of helping other institutions who are in the process of Naac accreditation, and also to share our experience through this process. Dr. Jacob PM, Director, Naipunya Business School, has been with us spearheading the Naac accreditation process. A very committed leader, a visionary. He has been the great person who has been helping us in that is achieving this milestone of Naac accreditation process. I welcome Dr. Jacob, who has a rich experience in industry. He was with GlaxoSmithKline Beecham for 25 years, as well as he has got a very rich experience in teaching for the past 15 years, and he has been with Naipunya for several years as director. I welcome Dr. Jacob for the welcome address.
Father Dr. Paulson KJ, Executive Director, Naipunya Institutions, Member Coordinator and Chairperson of Care Teams, NAC, Dr. Anne-Marie Fernandez, Principals, Administrators, Management Committee members, faculty members from the academic institutions from all over India, and my dear faculty members. I'm very happy to welcome you all for this 5-day national level workshop organized to learn from each other on the process of Naac accreditation, which is aimed at ensuring quality in higher education. This workshop has been organized at a time when quality has become the key word in every sphere of activity, especially in higher education. All of us know that the higher education scenario in India is under severe pressure to expand in such a way as to fulfill the aspirations of nearly 600 million people under the age of 25. Factors like rapid urbanization, increase in the disposable income, and opening up of opportunities have underlined the need for expansion of educational avenues as well as for the enhancement of quality in higher education. Today, India has a very dynamic and large higher education system with about 45,000 colleges and 800 universities. The phenomenal growth in the number of institutions has also made quality a matter of great concern. Historically, India can boast of a great educational tradition with institutions like Nalanda and Takshashila, which attract scholars from the world over. It is gratifying to note that the mandatory accreditation has become a common goal of many of our institutions of higher education, thanks to the effort of the University Grants Commission and the Ministry of Human Resources, Government of India, which introduced the National Institutional Ranking Framework, NIRF. By supporting the formation and functioning of internal quality assurance cells in accredited institutions, it has established the importance of maintaining quality and ensuring accountability, autonomy, and innovation. Naipunya Business School, one among the several colleges of the Archdiocese of Ernakulam Angamali, has started its journey as a business school in 2012. Naipunya Business School is an offshoot of Naipunya Institute of Management and Information Technology. Both institutions are located in the same green campus, which you would have seen just now, and shares its facilities among each other. The institutions have worked with an educational vision, with a keen focus on career prospects and employability. Over the last few years, we have devoted to excellence in teaching, learning, and research to groom leaders of the future. Very recently, Naipunya Business School has been accredited with B++ grade by UGC Naac, and NIMIT has been accredited in 2019. The FDP is an initiative by our IQAC team, which felt that we should share our learnings to the academic community. C.S. Lewis once said, fellow schoolboys can teach fellow students just as effectively as the teacher. It is a difference between saying, I am an expert and I am going to teach you something, and saying, I am a fellow student and I am going to share what I've learned, and maybe you can take something from this. Similarly, according to Bloom's taxonomy, which is very much aware to all of us, knowledge is acquired in 6 stages, starting with remembering, which is the lowest form of learning, and creating, highest form of learning. By creating resources that others can use to perform better and learn from, we can deepen our knowledge and gain new insights again and again. We are here to share our learning from our Naac accreditation. Let me go into the duty. We have with us a very eminent professor, mentor, educationist, administrator, and a very close friend to all of us, Dr. Anne-Marie Fernandez. Her expertise in Naac committees as chairman and coordinator has helped us a great deal on the Naac accreditation process. She has been relentless in her support and has a passion to develop good institutions to great institutions. Madam also has experience of heading several universities and colleges, and as we listen to her, we will be able to learn a lot on how we could manage academic institutions as well as assessment and accreditations. I heartily welcome Dr. Anne-Marie Fernandez to this faculty development program. Father Dr. Paulatin K. Joseph, known as Father Paul, is a doctorate holder in marketing from D.Y. Patil University, Navi Mumbai, and has completed his faculty development program from IIM Ahmedabad in 2006. Father Paul is an ardent researcher and a great motivator for Naipunya campus. It's a STREAM project, and under his guidance, the college has never had to look back. It kept on improving the quality in all domains of academics. I heartily welcome Father Paulatin to this FDP. I'm delighted to welcome all the distinguished
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I'm delighted to welcome all the distinguished participants. You have found time to be present at this FDP. I also thank and welcome the resource persons. We have with us IQAC coordinator of NIMIT, our partner college, the campus, Professor Dr. Sherry, the HR director and associate professor, Dr. Sabu Varghese, the IQAC and Naac coordinator, Ms. Naina, Naac coordinator of NIMIT, Ms. Vinny, and my faculty colleagues will share your knowledge and experience. I hope that everyone would take the result to ensure the quality of our participants and will get necessary inputs for acquiring Naac accreditation as well as for their re-accreditation in their institutions. There will be varieties of learning experience through lectures, demonstrations, and discussions from IQAC and the Naac team of both our institutions, which are accredited by B++ by Naac. Once again, I welcome you all. Thank you very much.
Professor Dr. Anne-Marie Fernandez has been in the Naac peer committee team as coordinating member as well as chairperson at several occasions. She was a former registrar of Karunya University and University of Madras, and she is a person with rich experience and will be the right person to guide all of us through this Naac accreditation process. She has been a mentor, a great support to us during our phase of uploading of SSR as well as after that. So I welcome Dr. Anne-Marie Fernandez for giving a session on towards achieving quality standards through Naac. Welcome, ma'am.
Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning to all of you. Respected Father Paulachan, Director of Naipunya Business School, Professor Jacob, the eminent faculty resource person of this faculty development program, and participants. It's indeed a great pleasure to be with you this morning to kind of set off the pace for this national workshop on assessment and accreditation, which Naipunya Business School has initiated. I'm very happy that this particular workshop, this particular faculty development program has been taken up in order to help other sister or brother institutions who want to take up the assessment and accreditation process. This morning, I am just trying to set the pace for you for this faculty development program. So we all know that education in India, as Professor Jacob has rightly said, has expanded into many thousands of colleges and universities, and there is a plethora of institutions all over the country. Now, the question is, when you have such a wide number of institutions, the question is to maintain quality in these institutions. And as John Ruskin rightly puts it, quality is never an accident. It is always the result of intelligent effort. So, the National Assessment and Accreditation Council, Naac, which was set up in 1994, had the task of defining what is quality in higher education. Now, in today's society, education is considered not only an investment in human resources, but it is also considered to be widely an item which is consumed, because everybody, I mean, it's also something which all families want their children to study. So it is like any other service which is consumed. And when we talk of services or goods and services or consumption or products, then we always take into consideration quality. So when you purchase something, you want to ensure that whatever you purchased is of good quality, or you get value for money for whatever you have purchased. So the assessment and accreditation process is one such process which helps you to understand or gives you quality assurance on the type of education which an institution provides. Now, you have, for example, you have AGMARK certification, which standardizes products and says that it is of a particular standard. So Naac accreditation is one such process which actually brands the quality of an institution and helps the consumers of higher education to understand what would be the quality inputs which are provided by that institution to the students who are enrolled in that particular college or university. So this Naac was instituted in 1994. It started its accreditation process in 1998. And from its inception, it has been trying to understand the various institutions in India, because India is a diverse country. It is made up of several states which have unique culture of their own and which have unique traditions of their own. So Naac has been trying to fine-tune its accreditation process in such a way that it suits all types of institutions right all over the country. So in this process, it pays particular attention to the vision and mission of an institution. So the accreditation process is completely based upon whether the entire tenure of education which a student undertakes in the institute is in conformity with the achievement of the goals which the institution has set for itself. So those of you who are having apprehensions, thinking that we are a minority institution, that we have our own values and Naac will not appreciate it, you're completely wrong. Naac takes into consideration whatever your goal is and tries to see whether you have achieved this goal through your process of providing education to the student. And therefore, the focal point of accreditation starts with the vision mission statement of your institution and what exactly you want, what are the graduate qualities which you want your students to achieve. And based on that, they try to assess through various parameters how exactly these quality standards are being achieved or are being imparted to the students in the form of skills, in the form of augmented knowledge, and in the form of what you call of as information sharing and information dissemination, also the form of information creation. So therefore, this NAC process is actually an institution friendly process. So those of you who are having apprehensions thinking that NAC is something of which we should be afraid of, I think you should immediately change your opinion, because NAC is here to help you. It is here to help you and guide you and set steps and for you to follow so that you can perfect the vision and mission of your institution and achieve the goal which you are trying to achieve in educating students. So therefore, I want to assure you all that it is a very friendly process. Yes, it is demanding. It calls for a lot of data which you have to provide, but essentially it is a very friendly process because it starts with the self-study of the institution. So you do not have a stranger coming there and trying to study your institution. First, you study your institution based upon the parameters which are provided by NAC. And based on that data, you have experts who look to how you're functioning and then assess you, accredit you, and guide you as to how you can further improve your quality and move forward in the process of providing quality education to students. So, dear participants, those of you who are attending and who have apprehensions, the first thing I would say is get rid of your apprehensions. Once you get into this process, you will see how much you benefit and learn from it, and how you're able to really meet the needs of the students and how your institution is able to improve. Well, the goal of education actually is to provide quality education and the state-of-art facilities to students to help them build new skills, and that would help in shaping their careers. So today, everybody comes to college not because they just want knowledge, but because they want education to help them in developing careers. So when we talk of quality, then it's essentially today not only information dissemination, information sharing, but it's also the process of skill creation. Skills are so crucial for the shaping of the lives of students who come to your institutions. Now, what does NAC do? NAC tries to take the plethora of diversity in the nation among various institutions and infuse into it some core values. So it tries to say you may have your own vision and mission, and we try to see how you accomplish this vision and mission, but we also are very focused upon these 5 core values which we want every institution to have. Now, what are these 5 core values? The first one is whether the institution is contributing towards national development or not. Now, this is definitely a yes. If you have an institution and you have students studying there, then definitely you are developing human resources for the country. And these human resources will go a long way in shaping the destiny of these students, the destiny of their families, and the destiny of the nation. So the first core value is that the education in your institution should contribute to national development. So the second one is that it should foster global competitiveness among the students. We all know that we live in a globally connected world. And today, everything is available at the touch of a button to us. So the world is at our fingertips. And therefore, students we prepare should not only have knowledge about the region in which they live, or the state in which they live, or the city in which they live, but they should be globally competitive. In other words, the skill sets which you provide for the students should allow them to go anywhere in the world and survive. So creating global competitiveness among the students is the second core value which NAC wants your institutions to instill in yourselves. The third one is inculcating value systems. Well, every education is not only just catering to the intellect of a person, but it also caters to the emotional and the spiritual development of a student. When I talk of spiritual, it is not particular religion, but it talks about the essential core values of honesty, integrity, telling truth, you know, and of what you call hard work, discipline. These are the core values. So institutions are supposed to inculcate a value system in the students. These values are crucial towards the development of the personality of a student. So while skill sets are very important, a person who doesn't have values will obviously not be able to fit into any organization or stay on there for a long time. Therefore, your institution should cater to the building of the value systems in students. The fourth one is your institution should promote technology, use of technology. We live today, we survive with technology. I'm able to get across to you, talk to you today because there is a technology which enables us to get remotely connected. And as the days go by, with the pandemic and other things, we have realized that technology has become a very important part of our lives. So if you have an institution, then you should see that you have enough of technology which will help the students to become tech savvy. They should know how to operate computers, how to program. Basic programming skills should be there, because every work, every type of occupation today involves some amount of use of computers and digital networks or networking. Therefore, your institution should promote use of technology. And last of all, whatever you are doing, there should be a quest for excellence. Now, excellence is something which you don't achieve, but is something which you strive for. You constantly strive for. So you need not think that we are not excellent, therefore we cannot go for Naac. No, that is not the thing. See, excellence is built day by day, and it is built day by improving yourself. So what Naac is looking for is whether over the years you have improved yourself or not, right? So if you take Naipunya, for instance, the business school was started only in 2012, but today they are accredited and they are able to give a national level seminar to institutions, helping them to get accredited. So this is the progress. So this is a quest for excellence. See, Naipunya is on the path of a quest for excellence. It is not only trying to excel itself, improve itself day by day, but it is also trying to help fellow institutions, other institutions also, build up their quality. So these are the core values which Naac tries to build in your institutions. So you may be of any institution, you may be private, you may be public, you may be what you call a for-profit institution, you may be a not-for-profit institution, you may be a minority institution, whatever you may be. These are the 5 core values which Naac is looking for in your institutions. And these 5 core central, that you cannot have education without these 5 values, right? So now, apart from telling you about this, the whole 5 days, you're going to get a lot of inputs on how it is done and how the data, what data is required, how you can, use the, they have the portal to fill in your data and things like that. Now, this morning, my task is just to tell you why you should get accredited. Right? Now, why you should get accredited is because apart from the UGC making it compulsory for all institutions to get accredited, accreditation has a lot of advantages, right? The first one is it helps in determining the institution standards. So if you have got accredited, then definitely you're an institution where certain things have been standardized. Okay, so it doesn't matter whether you have got a B or a B plus or a B double plus or A plus. It just means that your institution has adhered to standards, which are national standards, right? So it standardizes education, and therefore the Naac grade tells everybody, tells the parents and tells the stakeholders that here is an institution which adheres to standards, right? The second, what you call tangible benefit of undertaking accreditation is it improves the enrollment rate in your institution by winning the trust of students and parents. Now, when you see that the college is accredited, then naturally, parents and the stakeholders will want to come to your institution because they are doubly sure that whatever you're teaching them is recognized, not only recognized in the state, but recognized nationally. So wherever they go, if they are from an accredited institution, then they are accepted very freely because it is understood that they have come from a system which has followed certain common standards. So it improves the enrollment ratio by providing assurance to students and parents, just as we would go and purchase things which have an AGMARK seal or things which are having a quality seal on it. Like that, parents and teachers would like to have their students study in an accredited institution. So that is the second benefit of this accreditation process. The third one is that, it helps people to assess the level of your institution. Now, obviously, I told you in the beginning that students are studying in your institution just because they want to make a career for themselves. They want to either launch their own business or they want to join an organization or do whatever it may be. So now, if your institution is accredited, then it helps people, the society in general, to understand the credibility of your programs. And once they know the credibility of your programs, they will understand the knowledge level of your students also. And when they do that, it's much, much easier for your students to get employed. So employers will be able to assess that here comes a student who has studied in a standardized institution where they have had some certain goals which the institution has instilled in the student. So you must have heard of in the olden days, you had reputed institutions. Today also you have these, like St. Stephen's, Delhi, like Sri Ram College of Commerce, Delhi, or other colleges right through Loyola College, for instance, Madras Christian College. These are all some very important, very old colleges which have a reputation. Students who come from these colleges are immediately recognized. So that was the old system. But the new system is that if you have an accreditation, then automatically this recognition comes from employers and the general public. The fourth reason why you should get accredited is it enables the upward mobility of the students, right? So, for example, if a student who studied in your college wants to go to university abroad or wants to go to another university in another state in India, then if you are from an accredited institution, it becomes very easy for the student to get admitted into that particular institution. So it provides for the upward mobility of the student within the system. And not only that, it also provides for the upward mobility of the institution also. See, if you are accredited, then if you get top accreditation grades like A++, and things like that, then you can start satellite campuses. You can have links with foreign institutions. You can have exchange programs. All this becomes much easier for the institution. So it gives upward mobility, not only to the student, but also to the institution, or the college or the university or whatever you may be. And it also provides a lot of credibility to the faculty. So it also adds to the faculty profile when you move. For example, if you move from one college to another college, if you have been teaching in an institution which has accreditation, then it helps you to get another employment in another college if you want to go. So it helps the upward mobility of the faculty also if the institution is accredited. Then, of course, it improves placements. An accredited institution is an institution which would be visited by the companies. So the commercial establishments, big business houses, they are looking for colleges which have accreditation. They don't want to go to institutes which are not accredited. Although maybe you are also doing certain amount of placements, but the level of placements really go up once you get accreditation. And then it creates goals for self-improvement of the institution, right? Now, once you go to Naac and you have been assessed on the 7 parameters, which right through the 5 days you will be familiarized with. For example, curriculum is the first parameter, curriculum development. and transaction. The second one is teaching level, learning and evaluation. The third parameter is research, innovation and extension. The fourth parameter is infrastructure and learning resources. The fifth one is student support and progression. The sixth one is governance, leadership and management. And the last one is innovation and best practices. So you will be assessed on the basis of these 7 parameters. And in each of these parameters, you will get goals, guidance as to how you can improve yourself. So it really takes you through a process of self-improvement. I've been through so many institutions which in the beginning really only got a C or a C+. But in the very next stage of reaccreditation, they have come up, they have gone 2 notches high, they've gone to B plus or B plus plus, and then they have gone to A. So this is a process of continuous improvement by which the institution can aim and go from lower standards to a higher standard. And ultimately, the whole aim is to see that the quality which is imparted is really excellent. Because as I told you today, we live in a globally connected world, and we simply cannot afford to have a system of education which is not on par with what is happening in the rest of the world. And as it is, we know that the rankings, the international rankings, Indian institutions are not able to find a place there. Only our eminent institutions like Indian Institute of Science or some of the IITs are able to make it to the top rankings, the Times rankings or the QS rankings, which are the international rankings. So it is high time that we start developing our institutions so that we catch up with what is happening in the rest of the world. And if we don't do so, then the youngsters who come to us are being betrayed, because they are being provided with substandard education, which really makes them to struggle in life. And then they will have to find their own way. So education of a higher standard definitely helps the student to achieve a higher standard of career and a higher standard of life. So therefore, friends, I'm very happy that so many of you have signed into this program and are really taking up assessment and accreditation seriously, and would like to go ahead with this. With the 5-day workshop, which gives you a detailed account of how you can do this process by collecting the documentation data, how to put the data onto the portal, and then how to submit it, and the whole process. Well, the Naac process consists of really only 3 important stages. The first one is the self-study report, which you will be guided as to how to prepare. The second stage is the self-study report is submitted to Naac, and Naac takes it through a data verification process. So this data verification process tries to look at the authenticity of the data which you have provided. So it is very important that you provide factual data, and if you have not provided factual data, then the DVV process enables Naac to get back to you and ask you for clarifications. So that is the second stage. The second stage is the DVV verification, where Naac gets back to you and verifies some data on which they have some doubts. And after you have provided the clarification, then you have a peer team which will visit you, which is a three-member team. They will visit you and they will go through the qualitative aspects. The quantitative aspects are taken care of by the self-study report, and the qualitative aspects are taken care of in the peer team visit. So they will look into the qualitative aspects. They will meet with the various groups in the institution. They will meet the departments, the principal, the faculty, the students, the parents, the alumni. So they will meet different groups and they will assess the qualitative aspects of which are provided in the self-study format, and they will submit their report to Naac. Now, the self-study, the DVV process, the data process carries 70% of the weightage, and the peer team process carries 30% of the weightage. So put together, your institution will be assessed and accredited, and you will get a grade which holds for a period of 5 years. Once you get this, then every year you have to submit what is called as an annual quality assessment report, AQAR. And this AQAR will help NAC to see how the progress of your institution. And after 5 years, you have to go for reaccreditation. You get a chance to reaccredit yourself and improve your grade. So this is roughly the NAC process, which once you have signed up for the for NAC assessment and accreditation, you will be guided through this process. And I'm sure that in the 5-day seminar, they will provide you detailed information on what happens in various stages. So dear friends, I hope I have kind of run you through the process, giving you what you call the importance of assessment accreditation, how it will impact your institution, and how you will benefit out of this process. And I do hope that the 5 days you will participate actively and gain from it, and be able to really take your institutions to newer heights, which provides an opportunity for students really to excel and to get into careers which they have hitherto not dreamed of. So education opens out many avenues, and if education is of a higher quality, then the avenues which open up to your students are really things which they could not have imagined, or which they may not have thought of. So in that way, I would like to really end here by wishing you all the success, and which may enable many of you to go in for this process and get yourself successfully accredited. Thank you once again for your kind introduction. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, and especially helping me to come on digitally so that I can reach all of you. So once again, congratulations, Naipunya, and all the best for this 5 days of workshop which you have planned. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Anne-Marie. You have really set the right tone of guidance towards NAC accreditation for the participants here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Moving on to the next speaker, we have Father Dr. Polachin KJ, Executive Director, Naipunya Group of Institutions. He have been in this teaching area for the past 20 years with his doctorate from D.Y. Patil University and a very rich experience across all spheres. He is a visionary. He has spearheaded the NAC process for NIMIT, as well as he have given us guidance, and he have been our support for that is during our NAC process also. So I call him to share his experience, the pre and post NAC accreditation of Naipunya Business School. Welcome, Father Dr. Polachin KJ.
Thank you, Nana ma'am. Good morning, all of you. Respected Dr. Anne-Marie Fernandez, who have really set a tone for this beautiful 5-day conference. Dr. Jacob, who is really the source and strength behind this program, and our director, Naipunya Business School, all my team members, my dear colleagues, my dear participants. We start with a 5-day conference, and I see a good number of participation in this program. And I understand all of you have taken up this core academic days of your academic year to spend a few hours with this conference, because you are genuinely into the program. You really understand the importance of NAC accreditation process, which had been already shared by Anne-Marie Fernandez Madam. And also, you are very serious with regard to this NAC process. And as we look at the education scenario today, we go for this NAC accreditation process, not just because it is something mandatory, but we all focus at quality in education, as the word quality was mentioned here so many times. Now, we have already said the reason why this conference Dr. Jacob has very clearly shared with us. It is not that we are masters in this field, but we are just pure like you. We are just maybe a feet ahead, just having the accreditation process completed just in a few months ago. And it's a pure learning. Pure learning is a very important term which is often shared in the Naac processes in the development of the students. Now, if we talk about new education policy which is coming up, there's a lot of restructuring which is going to happen with education scenario. The traditional ways of academic curriculum is going to be restructured. And as we always say, if we have to exist as an institution, if we have to exist as an academician, we need to update ourselves, we have to have quality, and we have to grow. If we go with the traditional methods, if we go with a closed system of our institution, we might fall on the way. That is the challenge that we are facing, every one of us are facing. That is where a process like Naac accreditation, which is going to open our system. We are no more a closed institution. We are an open system where everybody can come in and learn from us, where we can impart our knowledge to everyone. So it's going to be a shared system, and Naac is opening a way for that. And again, if we check with the new budget which is proposed for this year 2020 to 2023, we see a lot of outlays in terms of education. We see that digitalization has become a very important, a digital university is going to come up. And even with regard to the finance, digital money they talk about, digital finance, digital coins they talk about. They talk about blockchain technologies. They talk about private universities, foreign private universities coming to the nation. So all this is going to be a challenging thing for the existing institutions in India, and we need to update ourselves, and we have to go ahead. Now, in this process, I am to share with you the experience that I have gone through, or this institution has gone through as an accredited institution prior to accreditation and post accreditation. Now, when I talk about Naipunya as a case study for you, this institution started in the year 1998, and we never had, maybe the founder fathers had never had an intention to take it as an education institution, a formal education institution. It was just wanted to be in the informal field with helping some occasional, with helping people with some occasional programs. But gradually, maybe the time demanded, and in 2002, we got an affiliation with Calicut University as an Arts and Science College, NIMIT, Naipunya Institute of Management and Information Technology. Now, in 2002, if we got an affiliation, in the year 2003 itself, we went for an ISO programming, ISO certification program. And we got certified in the year 2003. And that, I would say, it was the initial step which we brought in, and which has helped us to go in for or think in the process of the system building and built up our institution maybe a bit faster with regard to other institutions, and reach up to the ISO accreditation in the year 2019. So it took maybe from 2003, we had to travel a lot to 2019 to build up this institute as an accredited institute. And as it was said here, in the initial stage, it got a B++. Now, in this process from 2003 to 2019, almost all the criteria which we talk about in terms of Naac, those 7 criteria, we could identify in one way or other in the institution. Maybe we talk about the curricular aspects. The curriculum which is to be delivered to the students was often in a university affiliated college is given by the university. So we had to talk about the delivery. But even when we talk about the delivery, we could incorporate a lot of systems, lot of assistance, lot of ways in which we handed off this syllabus to the students, which is more attractive to the students in a learnable manner. We talk about teaching, learning, and evaluation. So even with this ISO processes, we had some academic procedures which had to be taken up in the departments, and this was helping us in the teaching, some reporting system, and maybe and the organization had a system of reporting and accountability. And again, we talk about research, innovation, and extension. All these were possible because when there is an accountability, when there is a strong management which is committed towards an objective, all this is going to be there. Maybe we had teachers from 2003 itself talking about research papers, but it became serious once this Naac processes became came in its place in its proper manner. Innovative aspects in terms of teaching, learning, innovations in terms of the institution, extension, outreach programs, all these were there in place, maybe at its scratch, but Naac accreditation process gave a great light to it. Even when we go with the system with a proper commitment towards the students, we always keeping in mind that our students who join in this campus should never be behind someone else. The infrastructural growth is something which is an outcome of it. Again, student support, the progression of the students, and finally, or the major thing for this, a proper governance and leadership and management commitment, as I was continuously telling you. That's a very important aspect. The openness of the management, the commitment of the management for quality, and the leadership which is there in the helm of the institute to take it forward. And from there, again, the last criteria where we talk about the innovative practices for the institute, the program which everyone in the institution do with from the heart, a program which the institution takes up from the heart, an innovative program or a best practice of the institute. So that is how we developed it, and we went for the Naac accreditation process, and we came out. We will not call it successful, but we came out with a grade, which is again, it's a challenging point for the institute to go ahead. Now, with a B++, we can never be on a sleeping mode. Now, once we came to know that this is a grade we have, the accreditation team gave us a lot of recommendations for the next cycle, where we have sleepless days ahead to look to the next accreditation. So in 2003, we started as an institution. In 2012, we come up we have Naipunnya Business School as an offshoot of this Naipunnya Arts and Science College, but we could not consider it. Maybe it's because of some technical issues. We had to see it as two institutions, and just the other month we received accreditation for this Naipunnya Business School, under the banner of which we are here today. Now, maybe I'll conclude with bringing out the post-accreditation advantages that we look forward. One thing is, as I told you, if the institution was very closed, we never wanted to have the outsiders see what is happening inside. We wanted it to be a closed institute. Whatever we do was something of our own private property. Whatever the innovations we had, we wanted to keep it closed. But now we have become an open system. We have great people coming to the campus, especially when we have the Naac accreditation team, the peer team coming to the campus. A lot of input is coming in. Rich people with academic experience, people like vice chancellors of various universities who would never visit our campus otherwise, come to the campus and share with their academic experience with us. They tell us this is your strength. They tell us you are people who do not understand your strength. They tell us this might be certain weak areas which you have to improve. And also they share us with all the opportunities which are there. And it is something, a rich experience. When these people come to the campus and share, this is where you are, these are the opportunities for you. They set avenues for us to grow. So those things make our system more open. There would be mock interviews coming in, mock reviews coming in. People come from various institutes and make review of our system. So when some other institution heads come to the campus, or people like experienced people with A grade or A++ grade come to the campus, they review our system, they give their suggestions. It's a beautiful experience for the campus, because we are ready. Our mindset becomes open, and we are ready to receive from others. At the same time, we become ready to give to others. So that is how we have a seminar here now. Then second thing is we come to a proper planning. We have proper resource allocation. We prioritize things. Maybe we get a lot of recommendations from the peer team. Based on the recommendations, we have a direction to which we have to grow. They set aside certain opportunities for which we have to work up and grow. So that is how we allocate our resources in the proper priority, and we have proper budgeting that is being taking place. There's a collegiality in the college, I mean in the institution. We understand that we are a team. We have to work together. If we work together, we can work wonders in this institution. And there is always reaching up to this team spirit through a decentralized process. Initially, if the director, the executive director, or the director was the sole person who was saying yes to everything or no to everything, here there are people at various levels who can interfere and say, this is good for the institute. We build up people. We have people coming in at various posts. So now if you see initial stage, we have developed people for, maybe we have someone who is taking care of the IQAC. We have people who take over the Naac accreditation process, Naac coordinator. We have persons who is taking care of the HR department. We have someone who is taking care of the finance department. So we have people who are experienced, who can be a strength, who have their strength in their own area, who would be contributing to the institution, to its growth. Then the third thing, or the fourth thing, is that we come to understand various funding agencies, funding opportunities. How can we go in for some funding projects? Which are the agencies which would be supporting the institute? Again, how can we find fund through the processes for our own students? We have introduced programs like Earn While Learn. We promote our students to make use of their skills as they are in the campus to earn something. We have students in the hotel management department. We have students who are business, who are MBA students, commerce students. They have their own areas where they have various programs like Friday Market, programs like various programs in the hotel management. All these become resourceful programs to the campus. Again, another thing is methods of pedagogy. Modern methods of pedagogy is brought in. So because, as I said, system become open, and again, teachers build up a thirst in terms of research. Teachers or the faculty members come to understand the importance of research, and there is also a pressure of going to the next cycle. So if that pressure makes them to come out with better research papers, better projects, and this is again one way where the institution grow. Then again, once we come to know where are we, what is the status of this institution, where are we at present, when we come to know understand the identity of the institution is being understood by everybody. A sense of direction is being there. Everybody knows to which direction are we to go. A sense of outcome. For every, see, we do not do programs for the sake of programs. We do programs is looking for an outcome. We have always an attitude that whatever we do should come out with an outcome, because it is having a focus in which we do. And again, we build up more of an openness and relationship in the institute. A relationship within the institute, intra-institution, and also with other institutes. We have faculties coming over from the nearby institutions and taking sessions for us. We also go in for other institutions. So that way, a lot of relationship is built up, open relationship is built up, where we share knowledge, where we receive knowledge. So these are the various advantages which has brought in through the Naac accreditation. Our business school has just been accredited, but I am also able to talk about it because Naipunya as an arts and science college got it accreditation in the year 2019. So with this, I think I'm doing justice to the topic which was given to me. My pre-experience as an accredited, prior to accreditation and post-accreditation. So thank you for joining this seminar. Maybe this is the starting point of the seminar, and I wish you all the best, and I also promise that you will be having a beautiful time with this team, because there is a committed team which is going to be talking to you with their own experience in being criteria leaders and working with this Naac process in the past years. So thanking Dr. Jacob and team for taking up this venture, and congratulating you for all, and also for participating in this seminar. I remain. Thank you.
Thank you, Father Paul. It was a wonderful experience which you actually shared, and I hope it will be useful for all the participants as well. Now we have Dr. Joy Puducherry, Dean and Head of IQAC NIMIT. sharing his experience about the Naac accreditation. He is a person with immense of experience. He was a principal of Bharat Mata College, Ernakulam. And after that, he has joined as Dean at Naipunya Institute of Management Information Technology, and he is heading the IQAC department there. So I invite Dr. Joy for sharing his experience with Naac.
Thank you, Naina. Respected Executive Director, Father Dr. Paulachan KJ, Dr. Jacob, Director NPS, other dignitaries, and my dear participants. I'm very happy to share my experience, a long experience as a teacher, as a principal, as Naac and IQAC coordinator, both aided and unaided institutions. My dear participants, when you go for accreditation, basically your institution is evaluated. How it is evaluated, that's the question. And what is the result? When you give self-study report, you include all the points that is required for evaluation. So what I am going to interact with you, certain tips which can score better for you. First point is admission. You see, if you have sufficient admission, that shows the quality of your institution. Secure at least 90%. Second one is your result. The primary output of admission is the result. Unless you could have a better result, you cannot have a better score. The third one is the placement. Basically, all this education focused on placement. Unless you cannot have a good placement for your institution, for your students, how can you score better in Naac? Again, it's true in the case of criteria 1, criteria 2, all those things can be done by all the institution. But there are certain areas which need special emphasis. That is the fourth point is research. Research. Especially the self-financing institutions are really facing a difficulty in the case of research, for which they can have an easy solution. You just advise the teachers to have a presentation of papers every week by one of the faculty, and you compile it, make it as a journal, initially as ISSN, then ISBN, then move and improve that articles in the UGC or Scopus Index. Again, funded project is another area where we can score. There also the aided institutions are far better than the self-financing institutions because they are neither supported by UGC or government, and they are not included in 12B or 2F or anything. But they can have private arrangement for having the funded projects. They can negotiate with the neighboring institutions, whether it is a hospital or industry or any institution. You can try for a project. So that mark will be automatically scored. Again, our institutions can have definitely have a lot of MOUs. A lot of MOUs can be, linkages can be, and also there can be collaborations that also score very good mark for the Naac purpose. The collaboration can be either national or it can be even international because technology is grown that much. This memorandum of understanding can be for any purpose. It can be for teaching, it can be for training, it can be for even for disposing the wastage. And there is the possibility of faculty exchange program because technology is grown that much. A teacher sitting in any college in Naipunya can easily have a faculty exchange program with one of the faculty in Chicago University. It is possible because technology is that gone much. Previously, it will be very difficult to have a physical travel and also to have a proper visit of other institution and having an FAP. Now the things are very simple and we can definitely score on that basis. Every institution should go for audit, different types of audit, whether it is AAA or it is green audit or it is energy audit. So whatever it is, it should be certified by the institution for the score. We should also think that our campus should be a sustainable campus. You see, definitely to have got an environment, ecology, which include different types of gardens like herbal garden, green, plastic-free, solar, sensor lamps. All those things should be there in every campus. It is not much expensive to create all these things because all these minute things involve a lot of points from my experience. And there should be NCC, NSS, which also a difficulty faced by self-financing institutions, especially which may not be easy for them. But now the universities are providing national service schemes for every college, even though it is self-funded. That helps our institution in the long run, which we have received last year. We are working on it. Every institution should have a training department, which is normally lacking, especially in aided colleges. There is no training department, which is not easy for them as per the government rules. But it can, because now almost all the aided institutions will have supporting self-financing institutions also with them. So they can find additional money for maintaining a training institute inside the institution to give training for the students with proper certification. Every year, there should be a training for them, at least 30 hours, either in communication or in computer science or whatever area which make them fit for unemployment. And another area which I like to discuss with you, which can score, is your best practice. Every institution should identify at least 2 best practices, which is different from other institutions, and which they have to maintain at least a period of continuously for a period of 5 years. And they should also, the team will definitely look into your institutional distinctiveness. What you are, how you are distinct from other institutions, what additionally you are doing for the society. That matter will be definitely looked by the team. Whenever at I have undergone 3-4 visits during this 40 years of experience. And in all those visits, they focus, what is your best practice? What is your institutional distinctiveness? Unless we could present it properly, definitely the score will be less. Again, every portion, every inch of the campus should be used. Not even a single space should be wasted in the campus. Every space from the gate onwards till the back courtyard, every space should be used, because definitely they will visit to see the campus. So in that campus visit, they should see that our campus should be definitely a sustainable campus, and also every inch is properly used for the purpose, either for the students or for the stakeholders. And nowadays, the utilization of library is highly questioned. The physical visit of teachers and also by the students can be counted by technology, either through online or through offline, whatever the mode, and it is measured by the Naac team. So how it is used, that's a big question. That's done. Again, even though we say infrastructure has got only 100 points, that makes many things in connection with. The campus should be revamped in such a way that there should be an infrastructure which is suited for the institution and also capable of having a proper accreditation level. During my period of accreditation, both in my previous institution and also in Nimitt, there is a constant transformation during the period of accreditation. Just 5 years before the date of accreditation, there's a constant transformation of the entire institution. That is what I could observe from my personal life. Whatever may be the nature of institution, if it go for accreditation, definitely there will be a complete transformation from A to Z. So every institution, that's my personal opinion, every institution should go for accreditation because it transforms the institution. It gives a lot of positive point in the institution. Whether we get a high grade or a low grade, doesn't matter about it. Every institution should go for accreditation. That will give a positive impact on the institution, both in academics and also in related areas. So all the best. Go ahead. Those institutions which are not accredited, try their level best. Definitely they will get a very good grade if we can go through the proper SSR and also make the things according to the rule. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Joy, for the valuable address which you have given. Now I invite Dr. Sabu Verghese, Associate Professor, Naipunya Business School. He is a person with almost 20 years of experience in industry, as well as almost nearly 20 years of experience in teaching, as well as training programs. I invite him to give an address on Naac accreditation and the way forward. I welcome Dr. Sabu Verghese. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Naac. The Executive Director, Dr. Paulson, Dr. Anne-Marie Fernandez, member coordinator and chairperson of peer team Naac. Dr. Jacob Kim, director of NBS. My dear other colleagues, participants, and leaders from other institutes. I'm really happy to see this overwhelming response towards this faculty development program on Naac. I'm supposed to talk on the way forward. Rather, I would like to talk about the challenges. Maybe that could be the way forward. Maybe you have to see how to overcome the challenges. When we talk about Naac accreditation, all those speakers mentioned about quality. Quality is the main thing, and we can talk about the quality enhancement. Quality enhancement could be the major focus, or that is the biggest gain the Naac is going to give to the institutions. When I talk about quality enhancement in every aspect, the quality of the education institution is going to be enhanced once you get Naac accreditation or once you go through the Naac accreditation process. The education itself, the education that we are providing to the students, the quality of that is going to be enhanced. And if you have a system, when I talk about the system, you must have a system. So the system quality also should be enhanced, or it's going to be enhanced once we do this process of Naac accreditation. And the quality of people. When I talk about quality of people, the quality of faculty members, quality of the non-teaching staff, and the quality of the students who are going to be graduated from your college. Definitely you can see a big change in the quality. Because without enhancing the quality, you don't think about the survival. You cannot exist as an education institution because there is a lot of competition around you. So in the state, or when you compare with other colleges in the country, a lot of competition. So if you don't have a quality, definitely you're going to fail. So Naac is going to really help you to enhance the quality of your every element of your education institution. And it gives you a new outlook, a new perspective. Because whatever we have been doing prior to Naac, it's going to change once you think about Naac accreditation. The way that you are going to look at the activities that you are taking up, or the process that you are doing. For example, if you are talking about academic process, maybe that is the core element of every education institution. We are going to take a relook, we are going to revisit the process that you are going to do when you think about Naac accreditation. You will start re-evaluating, why are we doing this? And you look at the academic process of teaching as such, why are we doing it? When we say why, there should be an objective. The reason. Why are we doing it? We are going to rethink. We have been doing this so far, but again, take a relook, revisit at that. And what are we doing? Some activities, what are we doing? And also we may say, how are we supposed to do this? So this is what I said, a different perspective. It's going to change. The perspective is going to change because everything we are going to look, maybe from an act perspective, maybe from a quality perspective. You can see any kind of certification, whether it could be whether it is ISO certification or a Naac certification. There are three major areas where the evaluation is going to take place. That is input, process, and outcome. That is the major operation that is happening. We talk about input, then there is a process, and there is an outcome. Whether it is an education institution or a manufacturing company, these three departments or these three areas are there. So when we talk about education institution, what is the input? The quality of the students, and more than that, the quality of the staff, the quality of the faculty members. maybe when we think about like the faculty members should be having net or PhD, we are talking about the quality of the faculty members. And this will be evaluated by NAC. So now we give more importance to the quality of the staff, the quality of the input. In the process, how are we doing the process? What are we doing? The outcome will not be of a high quality if the process is of not of good quality. And the process, we have to see, we have to bring in all the elements so that the process quality can be enhanced. And at the same time, the process can be much easier. It is known to all people. That is where Randy Fernandez was talking about standardization. Maybe we can have a standardized process in the education rather than different people are doing differently. We should have a uniform process or a standardized process, and then it will give an outcome. So definitely quality of outcome is very important. Frau Paul was talking about it, Dr. Joy was mentioning. When we talk about the result, we talk about the placement, the students getting a good career. So all these things are talking about are related to the outcome. So the quality of outcome is very important. We can see NAC will be giving most of the focus on the outcome. But at the same time, they are also looking at the input. That is where they talk about the teachers have PhD or net. How many of them have this? How many of them have published papers? How many of them they have attended FPPs? This is about input. Because if the input is of high quality, definitely the outcome is going to be good. And the process, they know how to do the things well. So this is a big game. NAC is a big game, NAC accreditation. But we know that there is no gain without a pain. So what is that pain? The pain is, I would say, the challenges actually. The challenges the colleges have to undergo or they have to take. When you look at the management of any college, which form the leadership aspect or leadership team of any education institution, they have plans and goals. But these plans and goals and objectives, are they in line with the NAC guidelines? Now, that is one challenge they have to take up. They have to see when we plan something, that should be a strategic plan along with mission and vision, mission and vision and mission. But also look at how it's going to help the NAC requirement. When we achieve an objective, does it contribute towards the NAC requirement? So that is something that we will look at. The management has to look at this. Conducting any kind of activities in the college and saying something is done. See, why are we doing it? Whether this objective is actually going to contribute, this activity is going to contribute towards an act. Maybe it fits in any criteria of NAC. So we have to see that we're planning, set the objectives in such a way that it is in line with NAC. So I'm not saying that the management should not plan anything, but also see that where it can be in line with the NAC. And the next one is the challenge faced by the people, the staff. So there could be a change in their routine now. The routine means that daily activities, there could be a slight change in the way that they do. It may not be easy. There could be some resistance from the people to accept the new system or the new guidelines. Even though most of the things what they have been doing, maybe this almost the same thing they will be continuing, but now there will be some changes related to like documenting the work. We have to make them understand why are we doing this. Because people should understand whenever we do something, why is a very important question. If you can answer that question clearly, that's very good. Why are we doing this? The objective. Because they should know that without this NAC accreditation, it's very difficult for you to survive. Even your job is at stake nowadays, I would say. Educate them. Make them understand why are we doing this. One of the more, biggest change may be like documenting all your activities. It could be a little headache for people because we have the tendency to do things but not recording it. So recording things, documenting policies, procedures, all are going to be a different thing for people who have not done it before. So this is something I would say as a big challenge when we go for Naac accreditation. Another one is about the system. For the mention about an ISO system that we have, because that helped a lot. That helped us a lot. It did wonders for us before going for Naac. If you have a system, not the ISO, but it can be an in-house system where you have policies, processes, and procedures properly written down for any kind of activity. That's really good. When we talk about policy, it's a business rule which gives guidelines, which gives directions. Why we are doing this, who will be in charge of this, and process is how to produce a service. It's a broader view. What is the task? Who will be doing this, like that? And then it follows, and then the procedure follows. Procedure is actually step by step of any process, of any work. So once all these things are in place, it's going to help you. So those people who do not have a system, I would say set up a system before going for Naac. And through that, your Naac process will be much easier. So after this policy is set or a system is there, someone has to monitor it. There should be someone who can monitor it, who can audit it periodically. It can be once in 3 months or once in 6 months, a periodical auditing of all these procedures or processes that's being done. Someone can audit it. And I would also I would say if it's possible for you to get a software for Naac documentation, it also will be helping. Not a mandatory thing, but can help. So these kind of challenges, once you can, you have to face once you go for this Naac accreditation process. But I would say once this challenges, you can face these challenges, definitely you are going to be successful in the Naac accreditation process. As rightly pointed out by Dr. Anne Fernandez in his inaugural speech, the Naac accreditation is something that is going to help us, and it is not something that is giving you real tough time, but I would say there is some hard work in it, but it's going to help you understand your institution. It helps you study your institution, and then you are going to get accredited. So see that this is something that is important, but at the same time, be ready to take the challenges and to help you to look at things in a new perspective. I wish you good luck. Thank you.
So thank you, Dr. Sabu Verghese, for your session. Now I would like to go to my duty of saying the vote of thanks. It is really a very, very happy moment for all of us at Naipunya Business School, because it's the first venture of ours after getting accredited with Naac and helping other institutions, that is, go ahead with their Naac process. Also, that is, whatever we have experienced, we could give suggestions to enrich your process of accreditation. So I thank Dr. Anne-Marie Fernandez for joining us today and giving such a wonderful session to all the participants here. And it was definitely worth listening to the experience with which ma'am has shared today. I also thank Dr. Polichin KJ for his experience sharing of what he experienced before that is both the institutions got accredited, and what after he felt after both the institutes got accredited, and that was also experience really worth hearing. I take this opportunity to thank our director, Dr. Jacob PM, for guiding us through this FDP and actually taking us through this FTP in such a short span of time so that we could actually organize this FTP such effectively and efficiently. I also thank Dr. Joy Puducherry as well as Dr. Sabu Varghese for the sessions given to our participants today. I take this opportunity to thank my faculty colleagues as well as Mr. Jasser for taking the coordination so fast, so that is so much ahead and in such a fast pace of time that is we could actually coordinate this FTP. I also thank Ms. Bini, the Naac coordinator of NIMIT. She has been also a mentor for us during our Naac accreditation process, and she'll also be joining us for further sessions as well. And my extreme happiness is in thanking all the participants who have joined today. And it is such an immense pleasure and an excitement for us to have so much of participants across India, also from Kerala as well as across India, very eminent participants, highly experienced people joining us from across the universities and institutions across India. And it's really happy and proud moment for Naipunya Business School to have such eminent persons from all over the country joining us for this 5-day FTP. I thank all the people who have joined as participants and registered for this online FTP by Naipunya Business School.